Hello everyone, welcome back to ATM 9 to the skies. So in today's episode we are going to get into the SPS, I hope. So there's a few bits we need to automate with this still. I'm going to do the what's it called? HDPE sheets. I'm going to do that on this platform here. We're going to have our SPS in one of the corners. We're going to have all of our, what they called? No, not that thing, the other one. Solar neutron activators, that's the badger. We're going to have loads of solar neutron activators over here. We're going to have loads of the isotropic centrifuges, that's the badger. So we're going to do loads of those, and we're going to get ourselves an SPS. We're going to start making some antimatter today, I hope, at least. So between episodes, the only thing I've really done is I've expanded some of my micro services that I've got right here. So there was a reason I did all of this, because that way we can easily turn them into this. So first off, I made 7 more of the chemical oxidizers right here. That's turning the sulfur into sulfur dioxide. And then that was still not enough. So I actually made a hyperbox. We've got a whole hyperbox right here, which is being fed with some sulfur. And this is just chunking it down into sulfur dust, being pulled out, put into this drawer up here. This drawer is being fed on by these two modular routers, which are feeding a ton of chemical oxidizers. And these oxidizers are making us sulfur dioxide. And that's going into quantum entangler porter. I didn't even have to set anything up for this. I already had a sulfur dioxide frequency for that. So that is chunk loaded. Make sure you chunk load your hyperboxes, but that is chunk loaded. And that is feeding my sulfur dioxide, which is feeding into here. Now, we had a backlog at that point of sulfur dioxide, so I was moving on, and the new bottleneck was over here. So if I go and have a look at this, this was the new bottleneck, the sulfuric acid, creation of sulfuric acid. So I added an extra chemical infuser, and then that moved the bottleneck back to the, what do you call it over here, sulfur dioxide. So I think I'm at the point now where I want to just crack on with making some SPS stuff. So yeah, let's just dive in, I guess. The first thing is we want to make some polonium pellets and some plutonium pellets. Yeah, they're two different things. So do we want to do that first? No, we don't. We want to make some HDPE. Yeah, we want to make these things first. So this is the ethylene that we all used to love, because you could use ethylene to get a redonkulous amount of power for like sod all. So this used to be ethylene. You could get 200,000 RF per tick just with melons. So I have a guide on that from back in the day before ATM 9, no, before ATM 8 even came out. And yeah, that guide was just hilarious, the amount of power you get out of it. It was ridiculous. Right, anyway, so we've got a nuclear waste pipe that is underneath right here. I was using building gadgets and I went a little bit too far, but I'm afraid to break this now because it's got nuclear waste in it. So we are probably going to have to use a solar neutron activator on this line first to like suck up all of the nuclear waste and get it out of the pressurized tube, and then I can change the pressurized tube. Because if you break that, you'll release some radioactiveness into the atmosphere, and we don't want anything radioactive. We literally don't want anything radioactive nowadays, because you used to have radioactiveness for bees, but we don't do bees anymore, so it's like, meh, it's all good. So anyway, let's start off. HDPE. So I'll show you my way of doing this. So first off, well, actually, we want oxygen, so we need liquid ethylene, we need a pressurized reaction chamber, and we need some substrate. So maybe we do that the other way around, like that. So, how do we get substrate? I do remember that you also get ethylene from doing this, so that makes sense. So right here, we need another pressurized reaction chamber, we need hydrogen, and we need water with some biofuel. And that gets you substrate and ethylene, and I believe, if I have a look at this, okay, so you get double the amount of substrate that you need. So we'll probably use a draw in between with a void upgrade. vaguely remember you can get... Oh yeah, if you use some more ethylene, you can drastically improve the amount of substrate that you get. But there's no point. Why do we need so much substrate? There's no reason to use it, right? No. So, let's crack on. Pressurized reaction chamber. Have I got that? Reaction... I don't have that. Pressurized reaction chamber. That's fine. We can go program that in. That's probably something we're going to make a few of. Easy does it. So we actually need to start off with a crusher, funny enough. So we just use the installers. Easy peasy. There we go. And I need all the upgrades for this, but what we can do with this is we can put a phytogenic insulator on top, because they are redonkulously OP in all of the allthemods packs, I must admit. But the nice part about this is we can reuse the sink. So I'm going to put the sink on the back there. Tell this to input from the back, auto input, auto thingy, and then we're going to output to the bottom. Yeah, okay, we'll do that. We'll have to use a cyclical thingy. Watermelons. I'm actually going to use watermelons because why not? Are they not called that? Are they just called melons in this, even though they look like watermelons to me? They are called that. Weird. In a phyto... Ah, sweet. You do get the actual melon itself. So it might actually be better. Oh, I've got a really weird experiment I want to try. So, compacting drawer. So we want a simple compacting drawer. I want to see if we got any melons. Melon. We do. Stick that in. Oh, perfect. That is really good. So what we can do here is we can have the compacting drawer. Where is my locking tool? There it is. So we lock this. We have another drawer on top of this. Let me just put this back there. There we go. So drawer. I'm basically trying to save us a slot when it comes to augments. And that's going to be input and output. There you go. And then all we need is a watermelon seed. We need to lock that, put that seed in like that. It should pull it in. There you go, it's pulled it in there. So we can actually use all of the augments right now. So I'm going to go make all of the augments for this. I'll make all the upgrades for the crushing factory. And we need... Because this, by the way, makes biofuel if you put this in. Oh my goodness, this is so slow. Put it on auto. We are going to have to tell this to only output... Oh, we can use a modular route, it's fine. Only pull from this and put in melon slices. That makes sense. Right, I got all of the upgrades all in there. I should do the side config. And in fact, I think that's perfect. Yeah, because we want to input from the left. And we want output to the right. Now, I can put all of the upgrades in this, and it should make us like a ton of melons. Melons is what we want. This needs an upgrade as well. So speed. I've just decided that I'm just going to make like an absolute ton of like speed and stack and stuff, so I don't have to keep making them. So stack and speed. There we go. So that is a lot right there. We've got loads of melon slices coming in. This is slower than it is. Than this thing. But this thing, we don't actually need that much biofuel, if I'm honest. Anyway, the biofuel goes into a chemical reaction chamber. So we actually need 2 of these, judging from the recipe. So we just wait on that. Come on then. What's that taking so long? Oh, it's because I'm waiting on all of these to be crafted. Oh, yeah, that's going to take a while. Okay. Well, I'm okay to wait for that. This, by the way, is just from 5 bees. Look how much that's going up. That's redonkulous right there. All of you people that have set up like a massive field of Inferium essence, just go bees. You'll probably have the same reaction I do with Mystical, which is like, I don't like bees. So I'm just going to use Mystical for everything. But bees is the way. This is the way, as it were. Oh, this is taking so long. So, I time in the bottle this. Ah, there we go. I was going to say we're missing stuff, but no, we're not. I'm making some muffler upgrades now. I think that's everything done. Oh, we're just waiting on this one. Okie dokie. There we go, that should be all of the muffler upgrades as well. Nice. So, this is making us biofuel. And then the biofuel goes into the, let's see what, let's do this. It goes into the pressurized reaction chamber with some water, so we can get water from the sink up there. It needs hydrogen, so we can get hydrogen from a quantum entangler. And it also needs, so reaction chamber, it also needs some biofuel. So grab both of these, I'll stick that one there. So that's already output into there, perfect. So I'm actually going to use gates, just because they're a little neater in my opinion. So I'm going to use gates for these. So that one goes there. And then we need a pipe. I'm just going to use the regular old mechanism pipes. And where's my, there it is, configurator. So that's going to fill up the water in there. And then all we need is the hydrogen. So if I grab entangler porter, I might make like 10 of these as well. I feel like we're going to use like a bunch. Although to be fair, I should have done that right at the beginning. Should have made like 100 quantum entangler porters and then loads of upgrades. That would be a very good idea. If you've got all the resources and you don't want to like wait, like I've been waiting around basically for a good chunk already, so I'd highly recommend just bulk crafting a bunch of stuff. Right, there we go. So, quantum entangler porter. I'm actually going to put this one, yeah, put it on top. Yeah, why not? You have not got water. That's good. I didn't want it to have water, so I'm going to turn all of these off again. Needs to be a quicker way to do that. Anyway, it's going to output to the bottom, auto output, and I'm going to say this is hydrogen set. And there we go. So now all I need to do is grab all of the upgrades to do muffling, because that is an annoying sound. There we go. So that's making us ethylene, substrate, and that's it, ethylene and substrate. But as we said before, we're going to get double the amount of ethylene that we are the substrate. So we actually need access to another side of this, don't we? So to be fair, we could do this side. So let's have a look. Fluids, we just want to have the back, I believe. Yeah. Gases, we just want the top. And we can output to the side. I'll put a little tank there, I think, like a buffer tank. And then items, we also want to output to the side. But we also want to input from this side. Yeah. So we can get the substrate out of that with a router. So that's what I'm going to do. Puller. So I can blink this. Blink. And then we can use a router later on to put that into a buffer chest, or probably a drawer. And then right there, if we grab a tank, I might upgrade this. There's a way of upgrading this, right? To, okay, this one, and then so on and so on. We might get a load of quests for this, to be fair. There we go. And then the last one is the ultimate tank. Perfect. So yeah, the plan is we're going to put this in between, because we can set this to void off any of the excess that we don't want. So if I do that, that's going to fill with ethylene gas. Still need to get that substrate out of there, but we can always say, is that the gas? That was gas. Okay, input, output. We can always say, once I've done all of that, to dumping excess. So if this does fill up for some reason, like we're not going to be able to use it all as quick or something, then it will just, yeah, be fine. So I'm going to put this one down. That's going to suck in all of the ethylene. Pooh, I just realized that's not exactly what we want to do, is it? I always end up doing this. I always end up wasting a pressurized reaction chamber because of this exact reason. We don't want it to be ethylene. I'm going to take this out so we can get some more ethylene. So we don't want it to be ethylene. We want it to be liquid ethylene, which is decondensator, or actually it's a condensator right there, rotary condensator. Oh, hello. demonstrator. So we want one of these first to turn it into liquid. There you go. So let's turn it into liquid. And then we want to put the pressurized reaction chamber down. Now this one has already got stuff in it, so I'm just going to yeet it, I think. Or did I already do that? That's fine. Anyway, we'll grab this one out. Luckily we didn't put any upgrades in that. We just got rid of it. Why is that taking so long? Weird. So that one's going to go in here. That's going to get liquid ethylene. And liquid ethylene and... where is it? What is it? It's oxygen. So we need to get another entangler porter. Entangler porter. I love saying entangler porter. I don't know why. It's one of those things that's just like, sounds nice in my ears. So we can use the quantum entangler porter and output to the bottom. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. This one needs to be eject on. There you go. Set that to oxygen. So that's going to get ethylene and oxygen. And then all we do is we have a buffer chest. So if I do modular router. This is, I always build this slightly different. I don't know why. Every single time I do it, I'm like, I'm going to do it this way this time. So that's pulling out the substrate. That's going to go over there. This should... this is out of power. Oh yeah, gates. So, grab the gate and put that on those two. Muffler, both of those, because they're loud. Energy upgrades and speed upgrades. Now, if you click here, you can see all the ones that can be installed. So can I install? Can't install the gas upgrades. Fair enough. But there we go. So that's pulling that out of there. I need to get a drawer, I think. We'll do a drawer and then another modular we'll pull out of this one and put it down there. That way we can have a little backlog of substrate if we need it. I mean, for now, what we could do, actually we do need the backlog because we need to void off if we don't have enough room. Speed and stack upgrades, so they're going to go in there. That's going to free this one up. That's going to get loads of liquid ethylene. Now we just need to output this into, actually, are these used for anything? What are these rods used for? Good old rod. Okay, just the pigment mixer, which we can then use to change the colour of our mech suit when we make a mech suit, which we might get to this episode, to be fair, but I don't think so. But that's fine. We'll just grab another modular router and we'll just send that over. Right, final step after I added the thing that adds to this. Final step is HDPE, put that in there, and we say output auto eject. There you go, so that's going to go up a good amount right there. I was thinking we could put a enrichment chamber here and it would just enrich. Enrichment chamber, maybe we do that anyway. Okay, right, there we go. So this is a ultimate enriching factory right there. It should be on auto sort. Yeah, it is. Okay, cool. Yeah, so what this is doing is oh, I've already put the downgrade in this. So actually, I want to lock it as well because why the heck not? There you go. Yeah, why do we need the HDPE again? It's for the casing, right? And all of the upgrades for the mech suit, I guess. Oh, and you need it for the mech suit. To make the mech suit, we are going to have to get into lithium. And I did do some, like, stuff with lithium, like the dust, in allthemods 8. And we discovered that it's way easier to make the mechanism lithium other than the ChemLab lithium. So ChemLab, you just need 16 of this lithium right here. And you can get that from dissolving endstone, just endstone on its own. Where is it? That one. So you get lithium at a 14% chance from endstone. I set up a load of these dissolvers and I had loads of endstone going into them because we had the chunk destroyer, so we had loads of endstone. Anyway, and the lithium, not worth it. So yeah, don't do the one from our chemistry/chem lab. is what I'm trying to say. Because, as I said, it's not worth doing, in my opinion. Anyway, we got some HDPE now, so I can like nick all of this out if I wanted to, but yeah, we needed to set that up because we're making the SPS, aren't we? SPS. So I will probably go program these in. Supercharged coil. Oh, you need the laser for that anyway. Oh, that's the wrong one. So where's it gone? There it is. So we need the laser. And plug that one back in. We also need polonium pellets. So the way, the way that I'm going to do polonium and plutonium is I'm going to do this, and this is going to be my whole recipe right there. So it's a really cut down version. In fact, we can just do the same for the polonium pellets. So these two are going to be, that's it. We're literally done. That's such a weird recipe, I know, but that's because we're going to autofill the pressurized reaction chambers. We're going to have two pressurized reaction chambers, one with plutonium and one with polonium. Because we're not doing the bees route. The bees route would be a lot like weirder. Because what you can do is you can have the fluorite dust already being fed into the pressurized reaction chamber. So you do it the other way around. And the plutonium, which if you want a bucket is 10 buckets of nuclear waste, because like 1 millibucket is 10, right? So 10 buckets of nuclear waste. 10 buckets of nuclear waste is it 100 combs or is it 1,000 combs? 100 combs, right? I don't know. Anyway, it's a certain amount of combs if you want to do that, because it's 100 millibuckets. So for 1 bucket it'd be 10. So for 10 buckets it will be 100. Yeah, got it. Lovely. So you could put in here 100 combs turns into 1 polonium pellet or plutonium pellet. We're not doing that. Anyway, I probably just confused like half of the people watching right there, but I feel like that needs explaining if you haven't watched any of my other series. I did all of that in No Frills, and I regretted it because that's when they nerfed everything. So anyway, as I said, I've got this over here. So I need one more, and that is solar neutron activator. So we need to program this one in, which is where we need HDPE. Oh, okay, that makes sense. There we go. I'm not being precious with where I put all of my patterns. So yeah. Oh, hello. This is solid now. So is this filling up properly? Yeah, both of these. Because we are full up, I'm guessing. If we have a look in here. Full up on fissile fuel. Lovely. I'm not turning that on until we've got like everything sorted, basically. Should probably turn it on now, but oh well. So we need I'm going to get 4 solar neutron activators. And I'm going to get centrifuge. There we go. So we're going to have 2 of these. And in fact, what we can do is we put these 2 here. That's already made us some polonium because we had 10 millibuckets. So now that that's done, there's no like nuclear waste in these pressurized tubes. I can at least mine this one out. I should really go check to see if I've got stable footing as an enchant. Stable footing is really good. It means that when you're flying about, you don't get any flipping heck, any penalty for mining. Oh, I missed again. Okay, I've got to be patient. There we go. Good. So that's going to go there, and then I'm just going to mine these up. That one goes there. So I do this right. I kind of need some. Yeah, you know what? I'm only going to use one. I'm going to use one for each. Yeah, that makes sense. So if I make some solar neutron activators, just the one solar neutron activator actually. And then these are going to go into is it a pressurized reaction chamber for that as well? Yeah. Reaction chamber. So we need 2 of those, 1 for each. This is purely so we can get polonium pellets. 1 and 2. 2, there we go. So that's going to go here and here. So you're going to output into this. So there you go, there's polonium. So we need to put water in both of these, and we need power for all of these as well. And then we need a pattern provider. And we just say to put into here fluorite. Well, actually, we just use these two, right? So we put in fluorite dust, and it turns into a polonium pellet. Now, the last thing we need to do is we need to think about the nuclear waste that this makes. So this is spent nuclear waste, which is a lot different to the regular nuclear waste. You can't do anything with this. You have to send it elsewhere. So there is a way of doing this. You make a hyperbox, or it was compact machine. It didn't work for me in No Frills, but I'll give it a go in this. And basically what you do is you have a hyperbox that has a nuclear waste barrel. You use, where is it? There we go, entangled blocks. Oh, they haven't changed the recipe for this. That's interesting. Okay, well, we need a second entangled, I think. But what you can do with this is you can right click on any block. So I can right click on this, and then, for example, if I put this here, right click, it's bound to this. So if, for example, you are struggling to find a side to, so this one here has got all the sides except the bottom, but imagine there was something underneath this. How would you get to the sides of this other than modular routers, I guess? You can use an entangled block and you can get to the sides. Anyway, sorry, that's a bit off topic right there. In fact, we don't really want that. Okay, you can't do that. Fair enough. Yeah, that's just going to be bound to that for now until we use it for something else. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get these to output into a nuclear waste barrel, and then we're going to break that nuclear waste barrel inside a hyperbox, and the hyperbox is going to be irradiated, but we're not there, so it doesn't matter to us, and it just gets rid of the spent nuclear waste. I hope that makes sense. We'll go over it properly in a bit, but I'm going to plonk these here. Now the question is, if I make a waste barrel, there we go. So if I can take this, I'm literally just going to pop in to this one because we're right here. Stick this down. Can I right click that? Oh, you can. Oh, sweet. Okay. It wasn't working for me in No Frills. I have no idea why. But at least we know that that's a thing now. So, yeah, we'll make our own hyperbox for this, and purely for getting rid of spent nuclear waste. So, anyway, we need water and stuff in this. Right, we just spawned into this hyperbox right here. I've called it nuclear. So, nuclear, we're going to just set, I think, where are we going to do it? Let's do the south side. There you go. We're going to put down a a nuclear waste barrel. And then, how are we going to do this? We could use a placer. Yeah, we use a placer and a breaker. We've already got a breaker right there. That's pretty good. Yes, and then we can use a modular router. Again, I should stop using modular routers for everything. JK, I'm not ever going to do that. I love modular routers. So good. So if I do this and this, okay, we kind of need it to stop doing that. Can we do this? No, it doesn't really stop it, does it? It places, and then it picks up. We kind of need it to spend more time down here before it gets broken. We could use 2 modular routers. And then we just have a timer on this one. And we say breaker, break, and then send. That's kind of there for a little bit, isn't it? But we can also put this on a timer. So we say only active with a redstone signal. And we just make a timer like that. So relatively easy to make one of these. Probably do something with R's for this, but meh. Stick that down. What? I want you to do the thing. Oh, maybe we need one of those repeater thingies, whatever they're called. Pulse extender, that's the one that we want to do. So we want to change this to be 20 ticks. Okay, and we want to set this to 40 ticks. No, not 400, 40. There we go. Okay, so it's there for quite a long time now. Now what we do is with our binder, we right click on that. It's gone away now. But if we pop back out, oh, actually wait. I need to chunk load this. There we go. I gave myself a load more chunk loads, or force chunk loads by the way, just because I'm on single player, it doesn't really matter, right? So now I can right click this, and you can see how it goes away for a bit. That is because it's releasing it into the atmosphere. I might make myself some of the hazmat suit, because that stops us from getting poisoned or anything. So you can actually implement the hazmat suit into a mech suit. So we will be making a mech suit. I don't know if we'll be making the draconics. Is there a draconic suit? There is. There's a chest plate that we can use right there. Now, I don't know if you can put all of the same things in the chest plate, but we'll have to have a look. It might mean that we start making some stuff from Draconic Evolution, but I want to get mechanism done first. Anyway, we need a pipe, or tube, I think it is actually. Tube. One goes here, one goes here, and you'll see that these disconnect every so often. This does look like it's working though. Now, the question is, if we turn this on, this is going to get plutonium, this is going to get polonium. We kind of want to just let these fill up, and then we put, oh yeah, I needed a pattern provider. So there is access right here. We could use some of the entangled blocks, to be fair, but there's access right at the bottom there. And I need to get a cable over here somehow. Right, there you go. So this is now all hooked up. So what we want to do is we want the bottom to be input and output. And it doesn't really matter where any of these are, except we want the back to be an input. Yeah, it makes sense. Wait, that was items. So gases, yeah, we just want the back to be an input. Perfect. So technically we want that to be an output. Yeah, I suppose. Anyway, that's fine. This is plutonium. So if we do, that's the polonium. So this is the plutonium, and this is the polonium. And now we can turn our reactor on. I might have to change this, actually, think about it. Input, output, and then doesn't really matter where any of those are. Checked on. Back is fine. Fluid, it doesn't matter. Yeah, perfect. Right, let's turn this on and see how high we can get this to go. In fact, can we set this to 1 millibucket per tick? Are we making 1 millibucket per tick? I'm guessing we are. It looks like we are. I don't think any of these are dropping. Ooh, the water vapor's quite low. Oh crap, I might need to make another one of these. That's fine. Anyway, this... We're not getting any of the coolant, and we're getting no nuclear waste buildup, so that's good. That means that that's going somewhere, at least. So they're coming over here. We'll have a look in here. This doesn't have any plutonium. This doesn't have any Polonium. Where is it going? Interesting. Oh dear me, it's going into our... That is not at all what I wanted to happen. Is that pulling out? Is that... Oh, we can. Has that got stuff in it still? Okay. Ah, that's good then. Oh my goodness, I just broke that and we just irradiated this entire area. That's not at all what I wanted to happen. Okay. So, the whole reason... Oh, we need a hazmat suit right now. Didn't we make one of those? I've got it on me. I've got it on me. I just need to put it on. But we're already sick, I think. Yep, we're already sick. Brilliant. Now, just because I do videos and I'm recording and stuff, all of my cows and stuff will probably have been dead by now. Yeah. Ah, these don't have... Okay, radiation doesn't reach over here. Anyway, what I was going to say is we're going to use a command to get rid of the radiation. Just because I'm an idiot and I shouldn't have done that. But yeah, let's do the command /mech radiation. I'm going to heal myself to begin with. So that's cleared it from me. And then I can do the same thing, but remove all. And that gets rid of it from the atmosphere. Don't be like me. Don't be like me whatsoever. Flipping it. I can't believe I right click that. Anyway, I'll do this and we can pull out of there. There we go. Why are you not pulling out? You should be pulling out of there, weirdo. Empty. Are you not input from the bottom? Gases, input from the bottom, output to the front. Okay, this is getting... Okay, that makes sense. It's going here first. I'm really annoyed why that's in there. We need to get rid of that. I might get myself a mech. Yeah, just one of these chemical thingies. So we'll put that in our system, and then I'll probably just void this off. So we put it here. Why is that not coming in? Should be coming in. This is connected up, right? Okay, it doesn't look like you can put nuclear waste in it. We just have to not touch that one there for a while, which is fine. Put this back in like this. Why? Okay, that's not what I wanted to do. It's this one. Anyway, there we go. Why is that not letting us output to the side? Did I do something wrong? Gases. Output. There you go. So that's going to output to the side. Cool. Right. So this is taking ages, but that's because it's only doing 1 millibucket per tick. Can we do longer? Although I'm already worried because the water vapor was going down by quite a lot. Over here, water vapor. That one's full up. Why is that one full? That one's full as well. Okay. This over here. That's full, and okay, so our backlog right now, our bottleneck, as it were, is the isotropic centrifuge. There we go. That is going in to there as well, so we've got 2 of these. It's just not using it quick enough, so we can already stick this up to, I think... Should we do 250 millibuckets per tick? That's 1/4 of a bucket per tick. Do you reckon this is going to struggle now? I've got to make sure. Okay, well, it's at least using some of the sulfuric acid that we've got right there. That's good. It's using some hydrofluoric. Perfect. And that is going on. That's all good. So that is making us... Well, it should be making us quite a lot of nuclear waste right there. And these are making us loads of nuclear waste. Now, what we can do is I'm going to ask for plutonium. Plutonium. Just the one. Oh, I'm missing the fluorite. Brilliant. That one's easy enough to program in. We just do fluorite. We've got a ton of fluorite because we get it from sifting. So, and which one is it? I think it's a crushing factory. Yes, we can now do that. But I want to watch it, so we're going to come over here. So it's this one here, and we go plutonium. It's going to go in there. There you go. And you notice that the spent nuclear waste has disappeared. But there is some plutonium. A plutonium pellet right there. Now, plutonium is actually really good because it's one of the things that we need for red matter. And so is insanium, but we've got an insane amount of insanium now, so that's perfect. Instead of using the hyperbox and, you know, the entangled blocks and stuff, the ATM Discord pointed out that you could do this, which is you have an import. So I've got an import bus right here, and it's got all of the upgrades in, so loads of the upgrades. And then you have a storage bus on a matter condenser, and the matter condenser condenses all of the spent nuclear waste. Now, I'm using a quartz fiber right there just to power all of this. I don't know if you need to do that, but I'm using it. And then I've just got a regular ME Fluix cable right there. So if I were to, for example, get polonium, I think this is Plutonium. No, this is polonium. I've already got one. I tested this a minute ago, so let's get 3. Start. So that's going to put these in here, and you can see the spent nuclear waste is gone. And it's just trashing it. It's putting it in the trash right here. So I guess you could turn it into like singularities or something if you wanted to, but there's no point. Just trash it off. This is way better, in my opinion, than having a hyperbox, which you might accidentally click into and irradiate yourself. So make sure you do that. Anyway, this is where I'm going to call it for today, because otherwise this will be a really long episode. So thank you for watching. Thanks for joining, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.